Getting into the new free battles for Conton City with the dev-created characters. We're going to be doing those with Mochi here. Just gotta find the first opponent here, give me a sec. And when it comes to these, I really don't like to mess around, so sorry if it gets a little boring or samey, but I'm going in with what I consider to be the best deck in the whole game. And some of you might disagree with me on that, which is fine. You can make a case for a lot of other figures, and as well as character skills, dupes, and the like. This is what I personally think is the best deck in the entire game. Because just look at the stats on them all. So we have the original Super Saiyan 4 Goku, the attack version. I've got him duped entirely into HP. By turn 4 or turn 5, he's already dealing anywhere from 7,000 to 9,000 damage just by existing. On top of ADM up second, defense up second 2, and FHP cure, FHP 50L. It is very, very difficult to kill him with the other figures consisting in this deck. So we have number 151, Android 18, who has arguably one of the best posing skills in the game. Prevents all opponents on the field from switching. Yes, it's one turn only, but there's a lot you can do with that. And it pretty much guarantees that you're going to make the right play the next turn. If the enemy was, in fact, putting all three of their figures on the field at one time. Otherwise, it's still a nice benefit to lock just one of them in place. Because you can easily play around that, especially if they end up putting one of the figures you're after in the front. It's just a really great thing to have, locking your opponent in place. And notice how both of them already, right off the bat, have ridiculously high defense. And they're getting even more on top of that with defense up second 2. Which is going to keep stacking, depending on how long I keep 18 on the field anyway. But it's very easy to get all these figures and have them all at least have over, 2k defense. And even in Frieza's case here, who only starts off with 970. Just keep putting him behind Vados, and he's fine. Not only that, I'm pretty sure there's not a single figure in the game who both ignores defense, ignores stat changes, or stat swaps. So let's just say, for example, Focus Flash Vegeta. Either version of it. Yes, he ignores damage debuffs. He's not going to be able to ignore the enemy's increased defense, however. And he's not going to be able to ignore what Toa can do to him either, which is swapping his stats around. Now granted, there are very, very few figures in the game who will ignore this effect, but even then, you're still looking at all this defense, all this health, and as the game progresses, Frieza and Goku are just going to continue to hit harder and harder. And again, like I said, you can make a case for a lot of other figures, such as NZ Goku, or even the new Full Power Jiren. But if you're using NZ Goku or Full Power Jiren instead of Goku and Frieza, you don't get to decrease the enemy's overall damage while increasing your overall damage. That's why I consider to be, personally, this to be the best deck in the game. I mean, just look at it, it's ridiculous. And even Vados, who has monstrously high defense, yeah, she doesn't have the highest HP compared to the rest of the team, but she more than makes up for with what she's, capable of doing. She's already negating so much damage from the opponent, with not just trigger square, but also defense up second, and that's going to continue to get larger and larger. And something you can even do, which this is something I don't regularly do, if you're worried about outspeeding the opponent, but you just want to attack them on the left side, after you've already weakened their attacks and whatnot enough, you can even run Toa and 18 off the trigger squares on the left. And that would work out. You do not have to run them in their trigger squares. And you can still go second and keep stacking it on their defense. Sorry for that really long intro, just wanted to get that out of the way and make a personal argument, because I've been getting a lot of questions lately. What do I think are the best figures, or what do I think is the best deck in the game? This is it right here. And I used to think that with another one of my decks that I'll give you a quick peek at in the next fight, but I would say this deck even outshines that one, just because not only are all my figures continuously gaining a lot of defense and continuously mitigating so much of the enemy's damage, they can also heal off of it. With Toa there, I can easily break this game in two just with a trigger square. Because most of the figures in this game will have a higher attack stat than they do a speed stat. So that works out in your favor. Plus, if you're using Bikini 18 like me, you can easily lock them in place. And then that just allows you to do so much to your opponent. Now, I'm sure that there will be a bit of controversy in the comments, saying like, no, this figure's better, or this deck's better. That's fine. I'm just telling you what I think. I think, personally, this is the best deck you can run in this game. Because I've tested the ever-living heck out of it on so many of the free battles, and I've never once had any issue at all using this. I've even been trying to think of ways, like, to construct a deck that would counter this one. And it runs into many of the issues I described, like having figures that will consistently deal enough damage that will ignore the stat swapping mechanic, the defense stacking, and the damage mitigation. You would really have to build a team around that, and I think that's really difficult to do. So if anyone can come up with anything below, let me know. I'll be interested to see what some of your suggestions on that would be. I think I'm dropping frames a little bit. That's annoying, which, by the way, I know I mentioned it in a previous vid and that I'm upgrading my PC. I'm wondering if that would even fix the issue, or if it's the game itself. Either way, I've been looking to upgrade for a while now, so for me it's kind of a win-win. Unfortunately, my stupid motherboard got delayed. Also, I've been affecting my own sleep schedule, worrying like hell about installing this on my own with my buddy, Archer. And I don't want to bug him and all with that, so what I'm going to be doing instead is after the motherboard finally gets here, I'm going to be just taking this thing to Geek Squad and have them do it. And I'm really hoping that they soon fix the issue. Well, several issues with Hero Colosseum, like the bugs, because, again, I can't see the Master HP, and that's really annoying. I don't like how I can't see that. Plus, I can't see either side's ultimate gauge. Or their, yeah, both their ultimate and their Spear Bomb gauge. The Spear Bomb gauge I can already kind of see just fine. I don't think you really have a visual indicator for that, you just have the, yeah, just the ultimate gauge. Like, during the turn, you're only going to see the Spirit Bomb thing there. So it's fine. I mean, like, during the RNG Speed Whale phase, so to speak. Which, by the way, that is another thing that this deck has very great control of because of Toa. You can make your opponent faster than you, easily. Just by swapping one of their really high attacking figures with really low speed. And you can easily go second. Basically guaranteeing you, every time, get to keep building up your up second 2 skills. And I know I could probably do better on 18 and Toa by putting just the regular defensive second on them, because really, I only have them on the field for one or two turns anyway, so I might actually do that, but, I don't know, I kind of like the idea of continuously stacking up defense on them if I can. And look at that, I can actually see the HP bars now, very nice. And I'm going to demonstrate that speed thing I was getting at earlier too. Watch what's going to happen here. He's about to get a whole lot faster than me. You could also look at this as a bit of a update compared to the I forgot what I even named that, but I think it was the most infuriating team in like the whole game. But notice how I have 3 figures on the field, and I just barely made him outspeed me. And I could have probably made that even easier on me if I didn't put AT and Vados in their first squares, but it's fine. I'm trying to get the healing off, and I want to lock them into place. So I kind of have to put them on their squares. Plus it worked out anyway. It's really easy to go second versus the AI. Now, in terms of, like, the AI in the game, this deck completely destroys them. You should never have a hard time if you're using this deck. I would even say it works well enough in PvP. Because very, very rarely, on occasion, when I run into a person who's actually willing to do a player versus player match in Hero Colosseum on PC, yeah, they can't even do anything to me. It's really unfair. Just gonna skip you. I'm gonna take, like, no damage to my master. Now all I got left to worry about is, Vegito here. I'm actually a really big fan of Nadot's team he has there. It's a really cool looking deck. Also, I want to give another mention to one of my buddies, and a congratulations, if you will, to my buddy PB4 Square. He recently hit 1,000 subs, so I'm very happy for him. Also, if you want to see any more Hero Colosseum content, I also recommend going to check out Rockin' Robo. Because he's been showcasing a lot of the new figures, and Khalifa is really freaking good. I would say Khalifa and Full Power Jiren are the best things to come out of this last update. As far as figures go, they're obnoxiously good. And I might show them off in the near future myself, but that's probably only going to be through, like, deck suggestions, because I have a lot of free battles to cover from this update. You know, I got these guys in Conton City, and then I also have the 5-star free battles we got with the update, the 6-star ones, and the 7-star ones. I'm gonna probably get rid of that Kevin figure later. I do not need it. Oh, and speaking of Rockin' Robo and Hero Colosseum content, he recently did a vid, very good one, of Kaba. He's using Kaba with 2 Kale and 2 Caulifla. I want to say he's using both versions of both characters. That was interesting. Yeah, Kale sucks. That was a figure. Don't use her. If you have to use one of them, use Caulifla. And use the harder hitting one. And, like I said earlier, I'm not going to mess around. I'm going to be using what I consider to be the best deck in the game. But I'll give you a quick peek at the other one I was talking about here. So, we have this Super Saiyan 4 Goku on the team with Focus Flash Vegeta, Future Trunks, Piccolo, and Vados. And like I said earlier, you can make a case or an argument for a lot of other figures and a lot of other setups, so to speak, so don't take this as concrete evidence that this is the best deck in the entire game, because I personally think it is, but it's probably not. Interesting, I think he's using the original Omega Shenron, which is not good, because he weakens his entire team. He's one of the more selfish figures. I want to say the SR and the EX limit break of the SR for 121. And I would even say the new URFU is kind of selfish, because he's buffing not just you, but the opponent as well. Which is, of course, not ideal. Now, sometimes you're going to run into the case like this, where you have Goku out there by himself to start off with, and he gets below 50% HP. That doesn't matter, though, because he's already done his job. He's already weakened the opponent, as well as Frieza. Frieza has really decent enough HP, where by turn 2, that's not going to matter. If you want to block for Goku the next turn with him, you can do that. And then Frieza will just heal up from his own damage if he takes too much. And meanwhile, both Frieza and Goku just continuously get stronger as the match goes on. It's so broken to me, being able to buff not just yourself, but at the same time debuff your opponent. I don't think there are too many figures in the game that do that. Bardock's probably going to hit really hard on Frieza, but, you know, I'm going to give it to Bardock just because of what he went through with Frieza, so it's fine. It won't matter anyway, he's going to be, hitting Frieza for a lot less, even with his attack boost. Skip that. Yeah, he didn't even get Frieza below half HP. Because of, again, the damage debuffs and the defense stacking. It's ridiculous. I love the new up second 2 skills that they put in the game. Oh, right. I was thinking to myself, why didn't Janemba die? And then I remembered, right, his, well, wait, he's not even on his trigger score. How did he live? Suppose he just survived on, you know, 1 HP, but that's fine. I still took out the Master, no problem. Yeah, if Vados did 1 more damage, that Janemba should have died, but it's fine. Also, if you're recognizing a lot of the opponents that I'm facing here, that's for good reason. There's only like a set amount of created characters that the devs put in to fight, not just in parallel quests, but also in Hero Colosseum. I think they could have added a few more. Or just left it completely random, so that you could also end up fighting random people's created characters. I think that would be really, you know, that would have been really cool, but it is what it is. I'm fine with it. I just see them as, you know, more victims anyway, regardless. Also, something I did notice with the recent update as well, I don't know if it's because they lifted the cap on the performance in-game or what, but yeah, if you actually go to your graphics settings and set that to run uncapped, it fucks with your inputs, but I'm wondering if that has anything to do with the game not running as well as it used to in Borderless. And maybe that's why Robo is also experiencing, you know, more frequent frame drops. I think that might have something to do with it, but don't quote me on that. This update definitely did come with a few bugs, and plus, the game is really not optimized to run uncapped anyway. Do not recommend doing that at all. As long as you're running it in full screen, and I'm assuming you're playing this on PC, by the way. As long as you're running it in full screen and you cap it at 60 FPS, and you got 144 gigahertz, that's where it performs at its best, I think. Also, let me know down below if any of you do play on PC, and if you experience frame drops or lag when there are character text boxes popping up and they're talking and whatnot. Because that's something that happens very frequently, and I find it really annoying. I don't think there's a way around it either. I've definitely talked to QB4 about it before, and yeah, he notices that same issue. Game at least runs fine enough. Just, I wish that there weren't any frame drops. I don't think those are ever going away, though, in 3D games. Just something you have to kind of deal with. Really makes me question how significant the performance is going to be once I do finally get this stupid thing upgraded. Hopefully I just need to wait until next week, because I'm really sore about being told that it was supposed to arrive on the 22nd, and I'm being told, nope, it got delayed from the 26th to the 28th, so you get to wait some more. Just another reason for me to hate Amazon. Which, by the way, I don't talk about it a whole lot because I try not to think about work when I'm off work, but a lot of the vans that break down in service vehicles, a lot of them are lease plan, and a lot of them are Amazon vehicles. So that just added more fuel for the fire for me. I cannot stand Amazon. And I'm hoping that this will be the last time for a very long time that I either bring them up or order from them. And to clarify, because I know I get asked this a bunch even now, I work dispatch and roadside assistance. My job is pretty much the middleman. Someone calls in with mechanical issues on their vehicle, and then it's my job to take down their information, find out where they're at, where they're going to if applicable, and then I look around for tow truck providers to go out and assist, and then provide them with, like, with payment, basically. And I enjoy what I do. I think I'm really good at it. Compared to when I was doing it about a year or two ago, I've improved so much after I initially left this position. Then I went into another company, and then soon after I came back, I just came back a much better agent, and I'm happy to do what I do and get to help people. Because that's all I want to do in life, is just help people. And I get to do that for a living, so I'm very happy. Yes, Malice, I see you. You can stop running around now. You're trying to get my attention this whole time. Good boy, buddy. I think I fought Ganyu in the last update. If not, definitely the update before. Like I said, you fight pretty much the same set of people each time. Oh crap, Khalifa's being protected. Also forgot he has his own Vados. That ain't good either. I'm gonna be able to outlast easily though. I'm running Super Saiyan 4 Goku and, you know, this Frieza, so I'll be okay. Plus I keep stacking on defense. Interesting. He's doing that much to Zamasu. That's really freaking good. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna be able to attack Khalifa here. $4K maybe? Yep, 4K. Yes, I'm gonna take that. Thank you. Also, I would like to point something out because I know people have been complaining about it a bunch. The new stage we got. Yes, it is entirely a reskin of Destroyed Namek, but Tree of Might is just a reskin of the sky. And to be fair, another reskin of the sky is Space, Earth, and Space, Planet Vegeta. So it's not like it's the first time that's happening, guys. Just wanted to point that out. I would even go as far as say as Open Field is a reskin of the sky with obstacles in the way. And I could go ahead and do a video on, you know, just what is really different between the destroyed Namek planet and the volcanic wasteland. But really, it's a huge waste of time because, yes, like, every little rock formation you see is there and accounted for on the other map. And I think to spend 10 to 15 minutes on that, I think only an idiot would do that. Anyway. I'm not gonna say who. I'll leave that for you guys to figure out for yourselves. I'm sorry, but what was the point of that? 15 minutes of that? Oh yeah, guys, look at these rocks. I'm gonna talk about it for 15 minutes. Like, come on, man. Whatever. No, I'm still not gonna say who. Stop asking. Okay, getting back to Hero Colosseum now. We're off that topic now. Let's take a look at the Vados here. I'm curious to see if she's running the new Up Second 2 skills or not. Okay, nope. Also, if Frieza gets put on the field by himself, that's gonna be kind of troublesome, but thankfully he's not running no 1 skills, so I don't really need to worry too much about that. Also, I'm gonna screw with my opponent here, heal up, and lock them in place. Thank you. I will gladly take the Spirit Bomb. Thank you. 120. The AI will just always try to go first. I don't understand why they didn't program them to take into account, oh wait, does my opponent have up second skills? Am I going to benefit them by trying to go first each time? That's something I think they could have done a bit more playtesting with, but oh well. At the end of it, it just makes the AI even easier to exploit. I'm also getting a bunch of questions lately about the new Merged Zamasu, the corrupted Merged Zamasu free battle. Don't worry, we'll get to that. Long and short of it though, if you're using this deck, you're not going to have any problems with it. Just turn 1. On odd turns, Zamasu is always going to attack the back, and by that I mean Merged Corrupted Zamasu. And on even turns, I'm sorry, no, on odd turns, he's always going to attack the front, and on even turns, he's always going to attack the back. You can easily play around that with this setup. For example, turn 1, you put Frieza out there in front of Goku. Turn 2, put him in back behind Vados. And so on. You can just keep doing that. Goku and Vados are unfortunately going to continue to take more damage, but that's something you can at least do to protect Frieza, and you're mitigating so much damage from him anyway. While Zamasu is also getting weaker as the fight drags on. I think it's the first couple turns that people are really struggling with in that free battle. I'm gonna get rid of Frieza here, because I'm not putting up with that. This is what I mean by it's a really huge benefit to lock your opponent in place. Now it's gonna be down to Vados, who won't be able to do anything to me. Gonna skip that. Yeah, look at the amount of damage I took. Barely over 100 damage. I'm telling you guys, this deck is freaking ridiculous. Yay, another figure for me to get rid of when this is over. Hooray! Okay, moving on. Load, please. Thank you. That's another thing I'm looking forward to seeing when I do get this thing upgraded next week. Will the load times be any faster? I'm hoping yes. Okay, finally we have, Sheberry, and if I recall, he is a very decent deck.
Hello.
Because I already did this a while ago on, Rubes. Too bad he's not max level, but I'll take what I can get. The heck is with that nose, though? And there's the glitch again. I can't see the HUD. One thing to note when you're fighting this guy, obviously, watch out for getting locked in place. And especially watch out if you're going to be using a setup similar to this. Try to get Goku, well, in this case, I'm going to try to get Goku, you know, as low as I can, as much as I can get it away with. That way, if I am forced to, then I put Frieza in front to block for him. Any sooner, and that wouldn't be good. It's actually a really good way for me to boost Frieza. God, that's so much speed. I want to say that's the new UR cell too, the one that gets ridiculously high attack, but decreasing is how I behind them their speed. I gotta look at him again. I'm also gonna take a quick look at their attack and speed numbers, because if I can start weakening them with Cohen now, then I want to do so. Thank you. That's actually really huge for me. Now he can't continuously stack defense on his team. Let's take a look at the cell real fast. Okay, yeah, that's the new cell. Actually decreases his allies' defense, not speed. My bad. Slightly risky, but I kind of assumed the AI would double stack on their right, so I knew I was fine here. Plus, it's the second turn of continuously debuffing them and buffing myself. Just really easy to get away with this setup. Really? I'm gonna kill the master? That's anticlimactic as hell. Yeah, the AI definitely misplayed that fight hard. I think I might have actually done the final battle first by mistake. I forgot which of these guys were 99 though. I have to go back and look at the playback. Let's double check, I'll make sure that was the last one. Yep, that's everybody. Alright, well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Next time we do some more Hero Colosseum stuff, I'm going to be doing the new 5-star free battles. I'm going to save the 7-star ones for last. Normally I like to do those first because they're the more interesting ones, but then I'm going to just plow through it, and then, okay, the other ones are going to be even easier. So, no point. I'm going to start with the 5 ones next time. And don't worry, I'll be changing up, you know, which deck I'm going to be using. I might even come up with a new one or two, just for the sake of the 5 and the 6-star ones, because they're nothing like the 7-star ones, obviously. Oh, right, I forgot. I used the editor, and I kind of cleared them all already on everyone. That's okay, though. I can still, you know, do them, obviously. Alright, so starting next time when we come back to Hero Colosseum, we're going to fight Tapion, Frost, Deborah, probably call it. Yeah, it's going to take me a while to get through these new free battles. But I hope you guys enjoy as always, and I'll see you next time. Peace.